What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 15 of simulating 20 years in NASCAR Thunder 2003. It's 2016 in game in our little universe, and I'm so happy to have you along for the ride. Thank you guys so much for all the support. 191 subs. I feel like I went from 180 to 190 only uploading one video. That's what it felt like. So I really appreciate it. You guys are incredible. The support's been amazing. I love reading the comments. I love responding to the comments. I probably should plug my Discord more so we can get more people in there and get it jumping. So we can actually talk in there too. But it's in the link in the bio, description, whatever the hell. So if you want to join it, join it. We'll make it not dead. Yeah. I mean, this has been incredible. Again, I can't say thank you enough. I mean, I know I've talked about it before, but less than 200 subs, all the comments, you guys literally make me feel like I have a million subs. So thank you so much for the continued support and all the comments. Keep commenting stuff. Let's keep having conversations in the comments, or you can join my Discord. I have a Discord if you want to join that. It's dead right now, but we can revive it if we get enough people in there. But yeah, I hope you guys are ready for 2016. I know I am. If you are, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment something, share this with a friend who likes NASCAR also. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you're hoping to see. I have an idea of something I want to try. It's really, really, really dumb, but I'm going to try it at some point anyways. And you'll just have to wait and see what that idea is when it comes out. But on to our universe. I gotta clue you in. If you missed last episode, go back and watch it. I'll give you 2 seconds. It's been 2 seconds. Okay, you better have gone back and watched it if you haven't watched it already. Matt Kenseth wins his first championship in what is arguably one of the most dominant seasons yet. 8 wins, 22 top 5s, 30 top 10s, 6.3 average finish. That is up there with Jeff Gordon's 2014 year, and I want to say it's Dale Jarrett's 2012. I think 2012, when DJ won his last championship, huge points gap, whooped everybody, had a really, really low average finish. I really, honestly can't remember. I'll have to go back and look at it and see if I can see the stats. But we are here in 2016. Obviously, no more Jeff Gordon, no more DJ, Dale Jarrett. And last season, Matt Kenseth absolutely smoked everybody. 8 wins. Obviously, we talked about the 22 top 10s, 30 top 10, 22 top 5s, 30 top 10s. Smoked the field. Good to see him finally get a championship. That's the word I was looking for. We had a shock winner in Shane Hall, wherever he is. This is alphabetical order. I don't know my alphabet, quite frankly. Shane Hall won a race. I was pissed about it. Still not super happy, but it is what it is. And we got some new drivers. We got Mike McLaughlin jumping in the 40 car. Sterling Marlin retired after one of the best, arguably one of the best swan song seasons in the sim. And then Dan Pardis now drives the number 2 for Penske, which, yikes. I've not seen Dan Pardis do very well. But he can't be any worse than Brian Vickers, so maybe I should have just let the 2 go. I really don't know. But yeah, that's where we sit. Obviously, we got the Sauter trio. Brian Vickers in the 88. Scott Wimmer still putzing around in the 7, winning poles, and then DNFing, unfortunately. Ron Hornaday in the 9. Robbie Gordon's still here. I had Robbie Gordon retire. I started another simulation just for the hell of it, and Robbie Gordon retired the first season. I wish that had happened here. No big deal. Coy Gibbs, James Finch, some of the young guys. I know it didn't happen last episode. Chad Chaffin did not win a race, but my guy in the comments, I forget your name. I'm gonna go find it here while I'm literally doing this while I'm recording. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. He said Chad Chaffin was gonna win a race. Yeah, Michael Lambert 123 said that Chad Chaffin will be a surprise winner in the 36. Unfortunately, Chad Chaffin did not win in that season, but maybe. We'll just take that prediction and put it into this video. Chad Chaffin might win a race. He's had some good finishes. What's his... He actually had a top 5 last year and finished 5th. So, yeah, he's finished 2nd before. He could do it again. Johnny Benson's going to win the championship. Prepare yourselves. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. But I think that's enough jibber jabbing. Let's get into it. Time to find out how 2016 is going to go, who's going to win the championship, and if Matt Kenseth is going to make NASCAR implement the playoff system once again. Well, Jamie McMurray and Scott Wimmer both run all the laps, but they finish well down the order. 3.673 second margin of victory here at Daytona. Sterling Marlin dominated the Crown Jewel scene last year, winning 3 of the 5, including the Daytona 500. However, it is not going to be Sterling this year as he is retired. Oh boy, Matt Kenseth, Daytona 500 champ. It's going to be a long season, isn't it? It might be. Bobby Labonte finishes in 2nd. Tony Stewart in 3rd. Ward Burton, Ryan Newman, Ron Hornaday with a 6th. Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jay Sauter, Mark Martin, your top 10 here at Daytona. Kenseth led 58 laps. Tony Stewart actually led the most laps. Couldn't hold down the win. And Matt Kenseth just continues his winning ways. Oh, tough scenes. Mike McLaughlin, DNFs in his 2nd start. 5.2 second margin of victory. Steve Park, Bobby Labonte also DNFing. Dale Jr., is he up to it? I don't know. Kenseth has been really good. Junior has not been good since he won a championship in 2010. So, yeah, I don't know. Stewart finishes in 2nd. Matt Kenseth in 3rd. Ryan Newman, I think that's back-to-back top 5s. Definitely back-to-back top 10s. Jeff Burton in 5th. Coy Gibbs with a top 10. Hell yes. Jimmy Johnson in 7th. Kurt Busch, Ashton Lewis Jr., and Jeremy Mayfield with a top 10. Elliott Sadler in 11th. No more Harrison Burton. I haven't seen Elliott DNF in a while, actually, come to think of it. It's probably going to happen now that I've said it. But yeah, Junior leads the most laps, 154. Good on you, Junior. Well, so much for that good start to the season that Newman was having. A DNF here at Atlanta. 7/10 is the second. 7/10 of a second is the margin of victory. I need to get my shit together. Mikey and Ashton Lewis Jr. DNF. We also DNF'd, but that's it. We're the end of the DNF train. Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton outduels Kurt Busch to get his first win of the year. Led the most laps. Johnny Sauter comes home in 3rd. Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick is your top 5. Mark Martin, Mike McLaughlin, Coy Gibbs, Tony Stewart, and Kyle Petty. Nice to see Kyle Petty in the top 10. Johnny Benson outside looking in 11th. But how about that? We got Sauter, McLaughlin, Gibbs. That's it. I thought there was one more. I thought I missed one. But a lot of guys there in the top 5 that are young, rookies, upcomers. Only one DNF. It's a fantasy driver. 2.7 second margin of victory. A fantasy driver sat on the pole. Good for him. Good for him. 2.7 second margin of victory here at Darlington. Dale Jr. Dale Jr. 2 for 4. He won Rockingham, 2nd race of the season. Now Darlington. Kenseth finishes 2nd. Carved his way through the field. Good. Oh my god. No, I'm not looking at that. Jeff Burton finishes in 3rd after starting 3rd. Johnny Sauter goes from 42nd to 4th. What a run by the kid. Kevin Harvick in 5th. Tony Stewart. Brian Vickers, the bust. Brian Vickers. Mark Martin in 8th. Jimmy Johnson in 9th. And Steve Park in 10th. With Kurt Busch in 11th. Jimmy Jam's been up here quite a bit. Need to up your game a little bit there, brother. 10-second margin of victory, basically. Tim Sauter, DNF. We're used to seeing the 5-car do that. Not really. Hate it for Tim Sauter. He could win a race. I've heard him, Jay. Obviously, we've seen Johnny do really well so far. They all could be capable race winners. Dale Jr., good God. He heard me say he was being shit. He wins his 3rd race already. Good Lord. Harvick finishes a distant 2nd at Bristol. Bobby Labonte in 3rd. Mark Martin in 4th. Ron Hornaday with a top 5. Kurt Busch, Kyle Petty. What the fuck? Kyle Petty. Johnny Sauter in 8th. Coy Gibbs in 9th. Coy Gibbs starting to come alive. And Tony Stewart in 10th. Ryan Newman just outside looking in 11th. Kyle Petty has 2 top 10s. I think they're back-to-back. He started 8th, too. Good Lord have mercy. His junior leads 378 laps, of course. Early season check-in. Dale Jr. is the points leader with, 3 wins, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, average finish. God dang, average finish of 3 already. Yeah, that's crazy pace. Jeff Burton in 2nd, 85 points back, tied with Tony Stewart. Jeff has a win already. Tony does not. Matt Kenseth in 4th, 112 points back. Harvick in 5th, 126. Then Kurt Busch and Mark Martin. Johnny Sauter in 8th after a rookie season. I didn't even look to see where he finished in the standings. He finished 11th. That's pretty damn good. Jimmy in 9th. Coy Gibbs in 10th. Holy crap. Are we going to see Ron Hornaday down in 13th? Are we going to see a Johnny Sauter, Coy Gibbs win a championship? I don't see why not, honestly. If those cars can get on rails like they do. They can get on a roll. We've seen Ricky Rudd get on a roll a couple times. Obviously, we know what the 24 car did with Jeff Gordon, so interested to see what could happen. Another tough break for Tim Sauter, DNFing, not even making it 100 laps at Martinsville. 1.4 second margin of victory. Jeff Burton wins race number 2 on the season. Dale Jr. finishes 2nd. Did not lead an obscene amount of laps, but Jeff Burton did from 33rd. Oh my God. Who else led laps? Hornaday? Is that it? I think that's... Oh no. Ward Burton and Jeremy Mayfield did. I guess, led 2. Johnny Benson led 2. Holy shit. Ward stomped him. Kenseth finishes 3rd. Tony Stewart, 4th place. He's been very consistent to start the year. Ron Hornaday, another top 5. Kyle Petty. What the actual fuck? Kyle Petty killing it right now. Johnny Sauter in 7th after again driving through the whole field. Jeremy Mayfield in 8th. Jimmy Johnson in 9th. Kevin Harvick in 10th. Mark Martin down in 11th. Kurt Busch in 12th. I just was curious who was in 12th. Ron Hornaday's put on some good shows here early, and so is Johnny Sauter. Both of them driving from the back of the field. I say that, and then Ron Hornaday DNF. So does Ryan Newman and Kyle Petty, too. Robbie Gordon, hang it up. Hang it up. You should have hung it up season 1 and given us, Jamie McMurray in the 31 or Scott Wimmer in the 31. I don't know. Tough break. Hornaday was ripping top 5s there for a second. Kurt Busch wins at Talladega. Oh my God, what a top 5. Jeff Burton finishes 2nd. Oh my God, Ashton Lewis Jr. led a bunch of laps, finishes 3rd. Johnny Benson in 4th. Johnny Sauter in 5th. Here we go again with the frickin' Jays, man. Jesus. Like Jeff and Jeff all over again. Or Dale and Dale. Mark Martin in 6th. Dale Jr. in 7th. Kenseth in 8th. Tony Stewart in 9th. And the Bust in 10th. With Jamie McMurray finishing 11th. Jamie. He won 2 episodes ago. He didn't win last episode, but he won 2 episodes ago. So hype. So hype. Holy DNFs. 4.3 second margin of victory. Shane Hall. He's a race winner, by the way. Coy Gibbs. Also DNFing. The Bust. DNFs. Kurt Busch DNFs. Hate to see that. Ward DNFs. Ugh. Man. Tough. Scenes. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Johnny Sauter wins at Texas. Bobby Labonte finishes 2nd. He started 42nd. Good God. Learn to qualify, young man. Mark Martin finishes 3rd. Dale Jr. in 4th. Johnny Benson having the season of his life finishes 5th. Jeremy Mayfield in 6th. Kenseth 7th. Stewart 8th. Jay Sauter in 9th. Ron Hornaday back in the top 10. Jeff Burton in 11th. The youth movement is here, and it's here to stay. Let's go. Johnny Sauter, race winner again. He won in his rookie season. Now he wins here in Texas in season number 2. I told you, dark horse for the championship. Next season, I'm calling it. Oh, somebody dominated Las Vegas. 7.4 second margin of victory. I can tell you for sure it was not Brian Vickers. It was not. James Finch DNF'd also. Good God. Coy Gibbs and Kevin Harvick DNF as well. Tough. Hate to see it. Yeah, Dale Jr. leads 228 laps. Smoked everybody. Ashton Lewis Jr. finishes 2nd. Bobby Labonte in third. Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth, Tim Sauter with the top 5. Johnny Sauter, or top 10, excuse me for Tim Sauter. Johnny Sauter in 7th. Ricky Craven in 8th. Jeff Burton and Mike McLaughlin. Good to see the 40, the silver bullet back up here. We just missed out on Jay Sauter having a top 10. I don't know where he finished, but we missed out on having all 3 of them in the top 10, which would have been insane. Not going to have any trouble finding Jay Sauter this time. DNF. Jamie McMurray also DNFs. Harvick DNFs. I don't know what's going on at RCR. It's not good, though. 6-second margin of victory. Mark Martin, welcome to victory lane for the first time in a while. Leads 157 laps. Bobby Labonte in 2nd. Kenseth 3rd. Dale Jr. in 4th. Hornaday backed into the top 5. Jimmy Johnson in 6th. Tony Stewart, Johnny Benson, Dan Pardis with a 9th. And Jesus Christ, Kyle Petty again? What the fuck is this guy on? Kyle Petty. He might be the thumbnail. Kyle Petty season. Kyle Petty season. We're starting to lose a lot of fantasy drivers. We're down to 51. Sad times. Dale Jr., your points leader. Kenseth, a little bit of a hangover. Junior has 4 wins already. 8 top 5s, 10 top 10s. Average finish of 3.3 is insane. Kenseth, the 1 win. He's got a nice average finish, 6.9. Hell yes. Dale Jr.'s up to 55 career wins. He's 21 away from his dad. Mark Martin in 3rd. Did not win his first race in a while. He won 3 last season. Completely forgot about that. He's up to 68 wins. He's 8 away from the Intimidator. Jeff Burton in 4th. Tony Stewart in 5th. Are tied for 5th in your top 10 in points. Johnny Sauter's 290 points back. He's not out of it, which is crazy to think. Jimmy Johnson's top 10 in points. Ron Hornaday's top 10 in points. Johnny Benson's 12th. He has 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s this season already. He had 4 top 5s last year. Johnny Benson is going to either A, win a race, or B, win a race this season, I think. Mayfield doing all right. Kyle Petty's up to 17th in points. 4 top 10s this year. He's 1 away from having as many as he had in the last 3 years. Kyle Petty has been on it this season, dude. I do not understand one bit. I do not understand one bit. But I love it. It's crazy. Pontiac Excitement 400. Ricky Craven DNF. No, not Ricky Craven. Also, I checked because I was bored. Craven, I shouldn't say I was bored, but I was curious. Craven has a top 5 in the last 2 seasons. He could make it 3 straight seasons with the top 5 if he gets one this year. Fingers crossed, honestly. 4.7 second margin of victory. Kenseth back on top. Followed home by Mark Martin. Did not lead an obscene amount of laps. Thank the Lord. He started 37th. Mark Martin in 2nd, as we just talked about. Jeff Burton in 3rd. Johnny Benson in 4th. Roush, another crazy day as Kurt Busch comes home in 5th. 4 of the top 5 are Roush drivers. Ashton Lewis Jr., Kevin Harvick, Ron Hornaday, Bobby Labonte, and Tony Stewart, your top 10. Robbie Gordon, hang it up. He's in 11th. Tim Sauter in 12th. I don't really know who can replace Robbie Gordon at this point, though, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah. Kenseth, 2nd win on the year. I did not see Dale Jr. anywhere. And I'm still scrolling. Oh my god, he finished 20th. Sauter finished 21st. Not great. Almost didn't hype up the Coke 600, which has produced bangers. The Coke 600 has been awesome. Kurt Busch won it last year, which was great to see. I think that was one of the races Roush went 4 for 5 in the top 5 also. Absolutely decimated the field. Interested to see what it brings this year. I mean, it's not known for its crazy winners, but the top 5 and top 10 are usually super interesting when we head to Lowe's Motor Speedway for the Coke 600. So it's time to find out what it's going to look like this year. Hopefully a shock winner, because that would be sick. Fantastic. Not a banger at all. 25 seconds is the margin of victory. Hornaday, Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart. 2 of those 3 are former winners. 1 is the guy I wanted to see win. Shane Hall also DNF'd. I'm pissed. I wanted Hornaday to win it so bad. Did he lead laps at all? No. Okay. I didn't know if he had ran good. Trey North started on the pole, by the way. Damn. God dang, dude. 281 laps led. Dale Jr. took him to school, winning his second Coke 600. Yes, second. He won it back in 2008. So props to Dale Jr. He won by almost a full lap. Jesus, criminy. Matt Kenseth finishes second. Johnny Sauter in third. Jeff Burton in fourth. Mark Martin in fifth. James Finch with a top 10 finishing sixth. Bobby Labonte, Johnny Benson, Ward Burton, and Jimmy Johnson, your top 10. Mikey just missed out, finishing in 11th. Dale Jr. just stomped the yard. Good God. Oh, 1 second flat. The margin of victory. Coy Gibbs, Kurt Busch, DNF. I hate it. I hate it. I want to see Kurt Busch do good. Johnny Sauter, race winner here at Dover after, again, starting 41st. My guy, just qualify better. It's not that hard. Dale Jr. finishes in second. James Finch finishes third in the 55. Harvick in fourth. Jeff Burton in fifth. Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, Brian the Bus Vickers, Mark Martin, Tim Sauter, and Ron Hornaday finishes in 11th. Sauter's bookend the top 10. But how about Johnny Sauter? And I'm not going to say he's a shock winner because he's supposed to be good. And I put him in the 24 for a reason. James Finch, big shocker in third. I mean, I told y'all, Johnny Sauter next season could be a dark horse for the championship. He's starting to kind of prove himself a little bit here. Oh, I hate Pocono. 1.5 second margin of victory. Hornaday, Martin, and Chaffin DNF. Jay Sauter DNFs. This track hates drivers that I like. Ron Hornaday has DNF'd here like the last 2 years, I think. Oh my God. Gee, I might not hate Pocono that much. Johnny Sauter goes back to back, winning at Pocono after just winning at Dover. Incredible. Kenseth finishes in second. Kevin Harvick is third. Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, Ryan Newman, Dale Jr. down in seventh. Kurt Busch in eighth. Johnny Benson, another top 10. Jeremy Mayfield in 10th. Jerry Nadeau finishes 11th. Damn, Johnny Sauter. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. This is what I wanted. I'm not sure if it's what y'all wanted. It's what I wanted, and this is why. The beginning of the night swing. Night Michigan, 0.114 seconds margin of victory. 1/10 of a second. Newman, DNFs. Pardis got outran by fucking everybody that finished. Jimmy Johnson did not win the race. Neither did Chad Chaffin. Yikes. Tony Stewart. Oh, hold on. Tony Stewart wins at Michigan, leads 43 laps. Good for Tony. Jeff Burton finishes second. Mark Martin finishes third. Dale Jr. finishes fourth. Our king did it. King Craven. 3 straight seasons of the top 10, or top 5. Ashton Lewis Jr. finishes 6th. Bobby Labonte, Johnny Sauter, Kurt Busch, and Matt Kenseth, your top 10. Ward down in 11th. Mikey in 12th. I love vindication. Good job, Ricky Craven. I'm proud of you. Tony Stewart, I'm proud of you too. Even though I forgot to highlight the highest finishing Pontiac at the Pontiac Excitement 400, I just realized that. I'm dumb. Don't mind me. The points probably are not as exciting as I think they're going to be, but I would like to see where Johnny Sauter is. They're closer than I was expecting. Dale Jr., 5 wins on the season. He won 5 last season. I did not realize that. Average finish has slipped a bit to, a whopping 4.5. Jesus. Matt Kenseth in second, obviously. 9 top 5s and 10 or 12 top 10s. Average finish has actually dropped. Junior, inhuman. I mean, he's been outside the top 10 once. He's been outside of the top 5 4 times. That's insanity. Jeff Burton down in 3rd. Mark Martin in 4th. Sauter has climbed to 5th, even though his gap to Junior has stayed pretty much the same. And Tony Stewart is parked right here in 6th. So, Yeah, Johnny Sauter. Johnny Sauter's really good. That's what we like to see, baby. Uh, Jimmy Johnson just chilling in 10th. No top 5s, but he has 6 top 10s. Interesting. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to feel about that, but alright, we'll take it. We'll take it. Hornaday slipped to 13th. Has not won a race this year, but already has as many top 5s as he had the last 2 years, and he's halfway to his top 10 total. So, I mean, he's on a good pace. He could be a race winner, but also could have one of the best seasons of his career without winning a race, if that makes sense. 5.4 second margin of victory here at Night Noma. Night Infineon. Night Sonoma. I wanted to say Night Noma, and it did not turn out as well as I thought it would. Jay Sauter, DNFs. Johnny Benson, also DNFs. Dude, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Scott Wimmer, Steve Park, the other DNFers. I'm so sad for Wimmer and Benson. Matt Kenseth wins Night Infineon. 47 laps led. Good day for the 17, trying to cut into the gap. Mark Martin finishes second. Kurt Busch in third. Ron Hornaday in fourth. Kind of had him pegged to be the winner. Tony Stewart in fifth. Mike McLaughlin in sixth. Good result for the Silver Bullet. Ryan Newman in seventh. Jeff Green. James Finch again in the top 10. Johnny Sauter in the top 10. Dale Jr. down in 12th. Jimmy started on the pole, and yeah, no lap sled. I don't understand why. When one swing ends, another one begins. It's the end of the night swing, the beginning of the Daytona swing. No cautions, no DNFs. 0.2 is a second. 0.2 of a second. The margin of victory. Elliott Sadler, Jamie McMurray, outran by everybody. Sad. Dale Jr. wins the Pepsi 400. Wow. Okay. That's cool. It's been a while since he's won a super speedway race. Good to see him get it done. Jeff Burton in second. Tony Stewart in third. I almost said, I don't know why I got confused. That's why I drew out the Jeff. Whatever. Kenseth in fourth. James Finch with a top 5. Tim Sauter in sixth. Kevin Harvick, Ashton Lewis Jr., Ron Hornaday back in the top 10. Mark Martin rounds it out in 10th. Kyle Petty in 11th. Sure. Yeah. Sure enough. Wow. Junior, I think that's... Oh, he's... Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have a big season, isn't he? 6.9 second margin victory. Nice. Vickers DNFs, McMurray DNFs, Harvick DNFs, and... Oh, Mike McLaughlin DNFs. Hate to see it. Obviously, Junior's having a big season. I think he's up to 6 or 7 wins already. And we just... I mean, we're just now at the halfway point. Kurt Busch. Fuck yes. Kurt Busch wins. Oh my god. Kurt Busch wins the road course at Daytona, leads 47 laps. Matt Kenseth finishes second. Johnny Benson, another top 5, finishing in third. James Finch, another top 5, finishing fourth. Dale Jr. in fifth. Tony Stewart, Ashton Lewis Jr., Jeremy Mayfield, Johnny Sauter in 9th, Jeff Burton in 10th, Jimmy in 11th. But how about that? I mean, Johnny Benson has just been so good this season. That's crazy. Johnny Sauter, another top 10. I mean, this has been a wild season. Like, low-key, championship battle, not that crazy. Johnny Benson, nuts. He's been nuts this season. James Finch has been good. Johnny Sauter's been good. Obviously, Hornaday, a lot of top 5s. I mean, what the? Kyle Petty. Who the fuck expected Kyle Petty to have that many top 10s? Okay, the game heard me, and it's gonna get interesting. Dale Jr., DNFs, along with Chad Chaffin, Coy Gibbs, Scott Wimmer, Kyle Petty, Johnny Sauter. Oh my god. 0.7 of a second, the margin of victory. Oh boy, did Kenseth win? Yes, he did. Kenseth wins. Leads 42 laps. Ward Burton led the most laps, I'm assuming. Oh, Bobby Labonte finishes second. Harvick in third. Jeff Burton, Ward Burton, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, Ryan the Bust Vickers, Mike McLaughlin, Ryan Newman, your top 10. Ron Hornaday just outside looking in 11th. Ward did lead the most laps. Johnny Sauter led 60 laps, but then DNF'd. Oh, wow. He probably would have dominated had he not DNF'd. He led half of the laps he ran. Almost. That's crazy. Kenseth capitalizes big time on the DNF, though. Oh my god. 11.118. Second margin of victory. That made no sense, but the 11-11 was cool. Dale Jr., another DNF. Scott Wimmer also. Bobby Labonte also. Jeff Burton wins. But big blow to the championship for Junior. Mark Martin finishes second. Harvick in third. Tony Stewart, Mike McLaughlin with the top 5. Kenseth in 6th. Kurt Busch, James Finch, Vickers, and Hornaday, your top 10. Waltrip in 11th. Robbie Gordon in 12th. Man, that's tough. Tough for Dale Jr. So, back-to-back DNFs. Kenseth probably going to be leading Junior by like 100 or so points, I would have to guess. Yeah, Kenseth, your championship leader by 72 points over Jeff Burton. Dale Jr., 136 points back. Mark Martin, 251 back in 4th. Tony Stewart in 5th. Sauter in 6th, 480 points back. So really the top 5 still kind of in it, like a couple more DNFs and it'll be really tight between the top 5 as long as it's like Kenseth and Burton that DNF. Everybody should be within 100 points or so. Man, tough break. Back-to-back DNFs for Dale Jr. He probably still would have been the points leader after only one DNF, though, which is crazy to think about. No cautions, no DNFs here at the Brickyard, which I did not hype up again. Bobby Labonte won it last year. That's really all I've got. I am not a huge fan of the Brickyard being a crown jewel. Fight me. I don't care. 2.4 second margin of victory. Who it gonna be? Tony Stewart. I'm a fan now. I am a fan now. Tony Stewart gonna climb the fences here in Indy for the second time in 4 years. Tony Stewart has won the Indianapolis 500. Jeff Burton finishes in 2nd. Ashton Lewis Jr. finishes 3rd. Mark Martin and Kurt Busch round out the top 5. Johnny Benson, Ricky Craven, Shane Hall, Dale Jr., and Robbie Gordon. What the fuck is the back half of that top 10? And I did not see Matt Kenseth. I'm still scrolling. 25th for Kenseth. Good Lord have mercy. I didn't see Hornaday either. Did he DNF? No, nobody DNF'd. I'm an idiot. Where's Hornaday at? Hornaday finished 27th. Jeez, man. Hate to see it. Love to see Tony Stewart winning at the Brickyard. And now we're going to head to Watkins Glen where he shit himself. Fun fact. Okay, maybe not like full on shit himself, but just about, if I remember correctly. 1.5 second margin of victory. Steve Park, Ward Burton, Scott Wimmer, all DNF. I don't know what to expect. I should have expected that. Dale Jr. dominates. Leads 2/3 almost of the I don't know. Yeah. Almost 2/3. Whatever. Who cares? But June Bug dominates Watkins Glen. He's on the warpath. That's his 7th win on the season. Kenseth finishes 2nd. Jeff Burton in 3rd. Mark Martin and Johnny Sauter, your top 5. Tim Sauter in 6th. John Andretti, Kurt Busch, Ashton Lewis Jr., Bobby Labonte, Michael Waltrip in 11th. Bobby Labonte was in 10th. We just need Jay Sauter to end up in the top 10 once when those other two do, and it'll be cinema. 6.5 second margin of victory. Vickers, the bust, DNFs, along with Jamie McMurray, Dan Partis, Tony Stewart, Ricky Craven, and Bobby Labonte. That was a lot to say. Stewart was having a good year, too. Hate to see him DNF. Kenseth wins. This looks a lot like a true mid-2000s top 5. With all the young guys. Kenseth leads 135 laps on his way to victory. Dale Jr. finishes 2nd. Jeremy Mayfield finishes in 3rd. Ryan Newman finishes in 4th. And then Kevin Harvick in 5th. Mark Martin, Johnny Sauter, Chad Chaffin, Johnny Benson, and Ward Burton. Chad Chaffin, top 10. Not a win, but it's close enough. Chad Chaffin in the top 10. Time for the Bristol night race. We need some shit to go down. Junior has 3 wins at the Bristol night race. Not that I'm trying to jinx him or anything. I'm really not. I would love for him to come back. I just don't know if it's possible. Kenseth has been so solid. I don't know. I'm just saying Dale Jr.'s been good here. Tony Stewart also has 2 swords. And Mark Martin has one too. I'm trying to see who is left that's racing that is see who's left of the winners who's actually still racing is what I meant to see. And it's Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, Dale Jr. And that's it for Bristol Night Race winners. So the odds are we're going to have a new Bristol Night Race winner. Who it gonna be? Oh, wow. Oh, I looked at it and went, huh, nobody interesting really DNF'd. Okay, hold on. I just saw 2 things very interesting. One, Kenseth DNF'd. Didn't even clock it at first. I saw Dan Pardis and went, not surprised. Elliott Sadler DNF'd, but he started on the pole, so I'm not going to call him Harrison Burton. 3-second margin of victory. Jamie McMurray down here. He did not win. Bro, get out of here. What? No fucking way. Jimmy Johnson wins the Bristol Night Race, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yes. Fuck yeah. Jimmy Johnson, Bristol Night Race winner, 197 laps led. He ain't done shit. He at least has a crown jewel win. Tony Stewart finishes 2nd. Mark Martin finishes 3rd. Johnny Sauter in 4th. Dale Jr. in 5th. Jeremy Mayfield 6th. Kurt Busch, Johnny Benson, Robbie Gordon, Bobby Labonte. And if you want to tell me in the comments that Bristol's not a crown jewel race, we are fighting. It is my crown jewel race. I don't give a shit what you say. It's our universe. We make it how we want. I would make Night Michigan a crown jewel race if I could. I probably could, but I would probably get yelled at a lot for that. Time for my second I don't know. It's like having kids. You can't pick your favorite. I don't actually have kids, but that's what everybody says. Mountain Dew Southern 500. Again, another race that was dominated by people that just aren't racing anymore. Jeff Gordon and DJ. Jeff Gordon won 3 of them. There might be, I might not be able to count. DJ won 3. Gordon won 3. So Dale Jr., Harvick, Jeff Burton, Bobby Labonte, and Matt Kenseth. So there's 5 people still racing that have won this race, as opposed to the 3, I think I said, Bristol winners. So, I don't know. Kenseth might win and get himself right back into it. I don't know. This season has been topsy-turvy, crazy, every which way. No DNFs, no cautions. Dan Pardis outran by everybody's grandmother. 2.1 second margin of victory. I don't know. Mark, what a top 5. Mark Martin wins his first Southern 500 in the sim. He might have one in real life. I'm really not sure. Too lazy to check. Matt Kenseth finishes 2nd. Johnny Sauter, Jimmy Johnson, and Ron Hornaday, the back half of the top 5. I love it. Jeremy Mayfield in 6th. Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, Coy Gibbs, and Kevin Harvick, your top 10. Craven in 11th. I don't see Dale Jr. anywhere. I mean, he finished 15th. It's not as bad as it could have been. Wow. I love this. I'm having a good time. If you're having a good time, hit the like button and subscribe. And comment something. And share it with a friend, I guess. I don't know. I'm just excited. This has been a great season. Oh, here we go. Time for the big reveal. Oh my god. Oh boy. Kenseth leads the points with 5 wins. He's at 67 career wins. He is 21 points ahead of Dale Jr., who's at 7 wins on the season. He's running out of time. His average finish has slipped all the way to 7.7. Which, to be fair, Jeff Gordon won a championship with 7.6 and 9 wins. Jeff Burton is in 3rd. He has 3 wins on the year. An average finish of 7.8. 50 points back. Mark Martin with that win. 97 points back. Nice. 69 career wins. 7.4 average finish. Interesting. Stewart, way back. 341. It's a 4-car race for the championship. Sauter, 373 back. If they all just wanted to DNF a couple times and let those 2 back into it, I'd be okay with that. Jimmy Johnson all the way up into 9th in points. Benson, a top 10 going in points right now. 4 top 5s. 10 top 10s. How about Johnny Sauter? 15.8 average finish. I told you he was going to be good. Not championship good, but 10th in points is really fucking good. He just needs to keep it going. Hornaday down to 13th. That's about where he's been. Yeah. I mean, 15th, 14th. Bad season last season. 13th this year. Yeah, 5 top 5. I mean, he's been pretty good. 5 top 5s, the most since his rookie year when he won 3 races. 10 top 10s so far. Not bad. Not a bad year for old Ron Hornaday. 2.3 second margin of victory here at Richmond. 43rd for Bobby Labonte. He DNF'd, which is good for Johnny Benson, I think. Pretty sure he was 11th in points. Good for Johnny Benson. Tony Stewart wins at Richmond. I always say he's good and then he DNFs. I don't say he's good, he wins. Good for Tony Stewart. I didn't say anything about him the first race. It doesn't matter. Matt Kenseth finishes second. Harvick, the highest finishing Chevrolet Monte Carlo, in third. Dale Jr. in fourth. Johnny Sauter in fifth. Kurt Busch, Jeff Burton, James Finch with the top 10. Mark Martin, and Johnny Benson rounds out your top 10. Ryan Newman in 11th. Benson's been so good, dude. Been so much fun to see. Smoke dominates. I mean, absolutely killed the field on his way to victory. Oh, tough break. Ryan Newman, DNFs. We had a fantasy driver front row. And that's the one thing I haven't seen that I'm surprised I haven't seen yet is a fantasy driver winning a race. I know it can happen. It has not happened. I will freak if it does. 5.6 second margin of victory. Dale Jr. again. I think that's 8 on the season now. Leads 187 laps. Jimmy Johnson finishes in second. Bobby Labonte, Ron Hornaday, Kurt Busch, your top 5. Jeff Burton, Michael Waltrip, Johnny Benson, Matt Kenseth, and Jeremy Mayfield in the top 10. I did not see Mark Martin anywhere. Oh boy. I just saw him. He was in 12th. Johnny Sauter finishes 14th. Yikes. Not good for Mark. Kind of the dark horse late in the season, which is usually he's already choked by this point, so that's pretty good. Oh no, speaking of choking, Jeff Burton DNFs. It's a 3-car race for the championship now. Jamie McMurray also DNFs. Ashton Lewis Jr. 3.4 second margin of victory. Fall Dover, we know who the winner is. No, we do not. Holy shit, Johnny Sauter. Shocks me. Dale Jr. has won so many of these Fall Dover races. I fully expected it to be him. Nope. Johnny Sauter wins at Dover. Matt Kenseth in second. Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, Mark Martin, your top 5. Harvick, Stewart, Dan Pardis, okay, Ron Hornaday, and Ryan Newman, the top 10. Junior finishes 11th, right in front of Mikey, who finishes 12th. How about Johnny Sauter? How about it? One Sauter brother floats while the other one sinks. Tim Sauter, DNF. Hate to be rough on him, but yeah. No, I don't think anybody really cares. I don't think anybody cares. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. 2.176 second margin of victory. Kenseth back to the top. Crushed him. 174 laps led. Jeff Burton finishes second. Ward Burton finishes in third. Hell yeah, haven't seen Ward do anything in a while. Bobby in fourth. Dale Jr. in fifth. Johnny Sauter in sixth. Kyle Petty in seventh. Johnny Benson in 8th, Ricky Craven in 9th, Jay Sauter, what the fuck? Jay Sauter in the top 10. The one time we needed Tim and he didn't do anything. Incredible. Incredible. Kyle Petty has as many top 10s this year as he's had the last 3 years combined. Nutso. Absolutely psychotic. Oh no, Craven, DNF. Why? Ricky, what are you doing? Jeremy Mayfield also DNFing. 4.8 seconds. The margin of victory. Mark Martin wins at Talladega. Leads 53 laps. Kurt Busch finishes second. Roush another 1-2. Kevin Harvick finishes third. Bobby Labonte in fourth. Junior in fifth. Mike McLaughlin in sixth. Tony Stewart 7th. James Finch 8th after starting on the pole. Kenseth in 9th. Benson another top 10. Coy Gibbs in 11th. Nadu in 12th. It didn't get any crazier. Johnny Sauter down in 18th. Yeah, not good. Brian Vickers floundering. Jimmy Johnson won a race. He gives 0 shits now. Crazy. That was an adventure through the top 10. Here we go. Well, I can't say last check of the points because if it gets wild, we're gonna check more. Really? Okay. Kenseth, 6 wins on the season, 1 away from 69, which would be nice for his career. Junior has 8, 59 for his career, 20 top 5s, 24 top 10s, the average finish going back down. I don't understand how Mark Martin's so far back. I really don't. I know Jeff Burton DNF'd. I don't think Mark DNF'd. But he's average finish is 7.7. How are you so far back? I don't fucking know. It's gonna be a dogfight. This is not the last time we'll check the points. Junior 32 points back of Kenseth, stalking him. Kenseth trying to go back-to-back. Junior trying for his 3rd title. We got a barn burner. Barn burner alert, boys. Johnny Sauter, DNF. Not good. I mean, he's not in the championship fight, so it's more okay. 8.1 second margin of victory. Mark Martin trying to claw his way back. Denies Dale Jr. his 9th win on the season. And that's win 71 for Mark. Jr. in 2nd. Tony Stewart in 3rd. Burton in 4th. Kenseth in 5th. Led no laps. Jr. led a lap. So he's going to gain 20 points out of the 32 back. Harvick in 6th. Kurt Busch in 7th. Jimmy Johnson in 8th. Elliott Sadler in 9th. Tim Sauter in 10th. Coy Gibbs in 11th. Jeff Green in 12th. Ashton Lewis Jr. in 13th after starting on the pole. Mikey in 14th. Robbie Gordon in 15th. Crazy stuff. Mark Martin kind of out of it, but Junior clawing his way back. We're not going to get all 3 Sauters in the top 10 at Martinsville, unfortunately, as Jay Sauter DNFs, Ashton Lewis Jr., Bobby Labonte also DNF. 6.8 second margin of victory. He's got 9. Dale Jr. wins. Oh my God. Doesn't just win, dominates at Martinsville after starting 35th. Tony Stewart in 2nd. Johnny Sauter in 3rd. Kevin Harvick in 4th. Kurt Busch in 5th. Jeff Burton, Mark Martin. Oh my God, Matt Kenseth has choked the lead away. Jeff Green in 9th. Mike McLaughlin in 10th. Oh my God. We already know Mike McLaughlin is stomping Dan Pardis in the Rookie of the Year race. We will get to it. I can hear the cries now. Oh, Kenseth, what are you doing, bro? Falling apart. That's what he's doing. Junior gains a boatload of points. New points leader after Martinsville. He could break the 10 barrier. He could. I don't think we broke it at all in the series. This is getting crazy. Oh, man. That's the nail in the coffin unless... No. I was going to say unless Junior finished 43rd. Kenseth, DNF. The 3 most dreaded letters in this simulation. Harrison Burton's back with a DNF, baby. Bobby Labonte and Jeremy Mayfield also DNF. Jeff Burton wins at Rockingham, followed by Kurt Busch. Dale Jr. finishes in 3rd. Did not lead any laps. Jeff Burton led a shit ton of laps. No. Stop doing this, NASCAR Thunder. Stop it. He started 25th. He did not get to the front and lead all but, like, fucking 16 laps? Something like that. I don't know. We can check. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, they led all but 16 laps. That's just... No. Kurt Busch in 2nd. Dale Jr. in 3rd. Tony Stewart in 4th. Kevin Harvick 5th. Chad Chaffin in 6th. Wow. Mark Martin 7th. Johnny Sauter 8th. Ryan Newman. And then Tim Sauter in 10th. Mike McLaughlin in 11th. Oh boy, we got to go look at the standings. It's over, I think. I'm not sure. I don't want to say it preemptively, but it's yeah, not looking good. So yeah, Junior, 150 point lead, 9 wins on the year. He's broken the 60 barrier. Average finish back down to 6.8. Kenseth 6 wins, 7.8 average finish. Ugh, damn, that DNF hurts. Mark Martin, Jeff Burton are there. Tony Stewart, Johnny Sauter's there. You know, Jimmy Johnson top 10 in points. Johnny Benson top 10 in points. Bobby Labonte's in 11th, so I was right in saying that when he DNF'd that it was good for Benson. 3 races left. Dale Jr. could be the first one to break the 10 barrier. I don't think anybody's won double-digit races in the sim. I will have to go back and check. I just don't think it's happened yet. We're going to find out. 3.4 second margin of victory. No DNFs. There was a caution. Oh, we DNF'd. We were the caution. I don't fucking know. I don't race these things. Nobody wants me to race these things. You would never get a video if I had to race all these full-length races. Mark Martin wins at Phoenix. Led 87 laps. Bobby Labonte finishes in 2nd. Ryan Newman finishes in 3rd. Johnny Benson in 4th. Another top 5 for Benson. He's been great. Jeff Burton in 5th. Matt Kenseth 6th. Johnny Sauter in 7th. Kurt Busch, Coy Gibbs, Dale Jr. down in 10th. Jimmy Johnson in 11th. Tony Stewart in 12th. Jeff Green in 13th. That's why we're stop looking. I don't know. I want him to do it. Just to have it be done. Again, we'll have to go back and check. I don't think anybody's done it, but we'll have to go back and look. Oh, man. Johnny Sauter's going to have to clean up the DNFs if he wants to win a championship next season. Coy Gibbs, DNF. Not good. 2.8 second margin of victory. Kenseth wins. Matt Kenseth wins. Leads 139 laps. Bobby Labonte finishes in 2nd. Dale Jr. finishes in 3rd. Hornaday and Mayfield 4th and 5th. Jeff Burton, Johnny Benson, Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, and Kevin Harvick, your top 10. Newman in 11th. Johnny Benson has been... I want to see his average finish. I am intrigued. He has been in the top 10 so much this season. Holy shit. 6.5 second margin of victory at Atlanta. I find it funny that Jimmy Johnson has won a race in the season where he won his 7th championship. Kind of poetic, if you ask me. Robbie Gordon, Kevin Harvick, DNF. McMurray and Scott Wimmer, kings of the simulation early, both DNF. Kyle Petty, DNF. No. Damn it. Oh, Jeff Burton stops greatness. Leads 296 laps and wins. Dale Jr. finishes in 2nd. Kenseth finishes 3rd. Mike McLaughlin in 4th. Bobby Labonte, Jimmy Johnson, Ashton Lewis Jr., Johnny Sauter, Ryan Newman, Ward Burton, your top 10. Where Johnny Benson finished 17th. It would have been so fitting if he finished top 10 in this season. What a season, though. Holy cow. Johnny Sauter's set up for a good season next year. Jimmy's gonna do whatever Jimmy does in this simulation, which is not very much. Mike McLaughlin's been really good for Ganassi. Coy Gibbs showed some flashes this season. Oh, wow, 2017 is gonna be a banger, dude. It's gonna be a banger. As we're gonna go look at the stats. I'm just gonna keep talking. It does not matter. Dale Jr., 3-time champion. Wins 9 races. Is that a career high? No, it's not. He's won 9 before. 9 wins this year. 25 top 10, top 5s, 30 top 10s. Average finish of 6.6. Wow. Wow. Kenseth finishes 2nd. 7 wins. He's up to 69. Very nice. 22 top 5s, 30 top 10s. Pretty much matched what he did last season, honestly. The average finish down a full position, though, in 7th. Jeff Burton, 5 wins on the year is crazy. 20 top 5s, 26 top 10s, 8.2 average finish. Not his best points finish, though. But a great season for Jeff Burton. Mark Martin in 4th, 5 wins, 7.8 average finish. He finished 4th in the standings last year. Yeah, it's been a while, though, since he had finished 4th. He finished 5th in 2012, so good to see him back-to-back good points finishes. More points this year than he had last year. Crazy. Finished in the same spot in the standings. Tony Stewart finished in 5th, picked up 3 wins on the year, 9.2 average finish. You can pause it if you really want to see his top 5s and top 10s. My voice is starting to go a little bit. But a good year, again, for Smoke. Johnny Sauter finishes 6th. 4 wins on the year. That's crazy. 11.8 average finish. Went from 11th to 6th in points. He's going to be a contender next year. He is. Kurt Busch finished 7th. Harvick in 8th. Johnny Benson in 9th. He passed Jimmy Johnson. Oh my god. Jimmy Johnson, top 10 points finish, though. When was the last time he finished top 10 in points? Ever? Never. Holy shit. Finally, Jimmy Johnson. Bobby Labonte in 11th. Hornaday got up to 12th. No wins, but holy shit. 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s, career highs in both of those. 17.1 average finish is a career high. Hornaday, while he didn't win any races, was, pretty good. Pretty good. Anybody else exciting? Mike McLaughlin had 2 top 5s and 8 top 10s in his first season. Not bad. James Finch had, I'd say, a breakout year. 3 top 5s, 8 top 10s. Went from 34th to 18th in the points. Crazy, crazy stuff. Coy Gibbs actually finished behind Brian Vickers in the points. Devastating. We're calling Brian Vickers a bust. And Coy Gibbs finished behind him in points. I don't know. Kyle Petty had 5 top 10s this year. Insanity. Ricky Craven continues his top 5 streak. 3 straight years with a top 5. Had 4 top 10s. Ricky, hell yeah. Dan Pardis. This is why I didn't really care where he went as long as it wasn't like the 2 or 88 or something. Chad Chaffin did not win a race, but he did get a top 10. He came close last year, finishing 5th, when the comment said he would win a race, so he hasn't won a race in either seasons, unfortunately. I would have loved to have seen that. Yeah, that's it. That's it, though. We're gonna do silly season, and we're gonna get the hell out of here. I completely ignored the fact that I wanted to look through other stuff, so we're not doing silly season yet. I lied. Junior 9 wins, obviously. Kenza 7 wins. Crazy. Mark Martin and Jeff Burton both with 5. Sauter with 4. Johnny Sauter with 4. Tony Stewart with 3. Kurt Busch. Jimmy Johnson. That's it. Parity is gone. 8 different winners. Wrong button. Junior, 25 top 5s. Actually, is better than Kenseth and Gordon, who both only had 22. 30 top 10s, Kenseth matched. But the 6.6 average finish is bonkers, and he led 2,000 laps, which is crazy. Crazy stuff. Dale Jr. is crazy. And this was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. 500 points separates McLaughlin and Pardis for Rookie of the Year. Jimmy Johnson won the pole awards. And then Kurt Busch, Kenseth, and Dale Jr. all won Jackpot 5, No Bull 5 races. And Ford still wins the manufacturer championship. That's all we got. That's crazy. Ford still won it. I don't know how. Well, Jeff Burton, Mark Martin. Yeah, makes sense. Now I'm going to do silly season. Now I'll see you in a minute. I have heartbreaking news in silly season. Ron Hornaday has called it quits after 4 seasons. He had 4 wins. Had a crazy rookie season. Just had the best season of his career with 7 top 5s and 13 top 10s. And an average finish of 17.1. And Ron Hornaday said, "No, I've had enough." He's done. I'm sad. I might cry. I'm not actually going to cry. But, I literally said he's a future star, and then he retires. Gonna be replaced by Rick Edwards. Fantasy driver, I'm assuming. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Hasn't done shit, so I really have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, Rick Edwards is going to take over the 9. Trey North also retired 8 poles. He had 3 last year. I wish he would have taken the 9 over. It would have been kind of cool. Not going to change any settings. And we're into 2017. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're still here. Tell your friends, share the news. Let's get to 200 subscribers, please. I would love that. We're so close. And then we'll really take off once we hit 200. I can feel it coming. But I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below. Thank you, Ron Hornaday, if you were watching at this point. We'll see you in the next episode. Deuces.